What's going on? Today is Monday, and as you guys know, every single Monday we come to you, we spit fire, we spit the truth and nothing but the truth. Today we have a special guest, a friend of mine named Talia. She is from Peru. So anyway, this is what we're going to talk about today. What is the difference between corporate America and being an entrepreneur, and if you should make the switch from being an employee-minded individual to becoming an entrepreneur, and what is the shift? What are some of the mindsets? What is something you have to change in order to become an entrepreneur? So you come from the corporate America, and by the way, she didn't just work in a regular job. She worked in a very great position. Can I talk about where you worked?
Yeah.
She worked in freaking Google, okay? So I want to know, listen, would a guy like me survive in Google?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, why not?
You would be fired the moment you say something even slightly inappropriate.
So the second my mouth opens up, done.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is why you see, this is why I never worked out as an employee.
It's
so
a little weird because they say come and be yourself.
use the
fully
mic in the
who
phone.
you
By the
are.
way. Say it again.
Huh?
Put the mic in the phone.
Like this?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Put the mic in the phone. Oops. I
In
said
the
put the
phone?
mic in the, put the mic on your mouth. Sorry.
I got it. So it's a little weird because they say come as you are.
She's like holding it like this, like a stick. Can't move, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I was saying is that they say come as you are fully, but then you not really because,
So is it fake in corporate America?
oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So give me a story where you could feel people are being fake. Like give me an example.
Well, okay. I think it's not that I'm here to talk shit about Google. Absolutely not. It was a great place for me for many years. The thing is, I think that because there's a lot of controversies in society, especially California is a very liberal place. So
you were in headquarters.
Yeah, I was in.
And if
San
you don't mind,
Francisco.
if you don't mind me asking, this is for the camera, for people to know, were you making like decent money? Okay, like how much money did you guys, if you don't mind asking, how much money did you make over there with stocks and options, all that shit?
Do I want to say that?
You can. You don't have to say exactly. It could be. Was it okay? Was it less than 6 figures? More than 6 figures? High 6 figures?
More than 6 figures.
Was it high 6 figures?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Awesome.
Like a couple.
Couple of hundos.
Couple of
hundos. Couple of hundos. Okay.
there.
Okay. Good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
then
amazing.
Some stock. Yeah. It was good. It was good pay. It was. I think that they had the best intentions to make it a safe environment where people can really come and be themselves. But it got to a point where it was a little extreme where
Like
I
toxic?
didn't feel like I could actually be myself because I was afraid of offending somebody.
Give me an example. Like, what would you like hold back from saying that can offend someone?
I don't know if you're upset.
Holy fuck. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll give you an example. We were designing a format. So what I worked on was the Google app. It was the home feed. If you've seen it before, you actually search something. There's a home feed.
A Google app. Which app?
The Google app.
There's an app?
Yeah. If it doesn't have to be just the app. If
Okay.
you go to google.com on Chrome or if you have an Android, you will have the Google app already on the phone. There's a home feed where they send you recommendations of articles and content that you might be interested in.
Gotcha. Okay.
I worked on designing the ads for that. But I also worked on the actual content that would come up. Like I collaborated with the team a lot. At one point, we were designing a format that we wanted it to be pretty immersive, pretty modern, and we were like, what if we color pick from the image, and then we map the design of the format to be the color of the image so that everything is nicely integrated. And then somebody asked, what if it's the face of a person and we're color picking from the person's skin color? So somebody asked, why would that be a bad thing? And so I replied, because people are sensitive about anything these days.
Oh. So they got you pinned
And
for that?
then it was on my performance review that I was insensitive.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
Yep.
Oh my God. I would have made
But that was a comment that Thalia
would do that.
would make if I was
Hanging out
not
with friends.
being, defined by.
So let me ask you, did you hold back yourself in a lot of ways? Like you just kind of like,
Yes.
was it
yes.
just you or everyone was doing that?
Everyone.
So everyone was just playing this fucking game of being in a box.
Everyone was like, I don't know if I can say this and sometimes people would blur it out and be like, okay, or before they would blur it out something, they would be like,
But did you
Can
have
I
like
go
did you
there?
have like crews of people you could talk to about it, or you couldn't? Like you were scared to.
oh yeah, you would make buddies where you
So
could
you know
actually.
be who you are.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's
It was necessary. I think you can't just be a robot the whole time to just be corporate corporate appropriate, or however you say that. So I would have.
So
my
let me ask you
friends.
this: what's the number one thing outside of that, like you learned from corporate America, that was actually a good thing that is helping you in your entrepreneurial journey today? Because now you're an entrepreneur, you're helping young females, you're helping a lot of
Yes.
people. So, what did you do as an entrepreneur right now, and why did you make that switch? Also,
Well, first of all, I would say I think this is an important thing to talk about, because it's not like, I don't know necessarily if it has to be one or the other. I've been exploring the entrepreneur side for a few months, and I guess to your question, what I learned from the corporate, the thing with Google is that they gave you a lot of freedom to kind of craft your own path. So instead of being a traditional employee, you were described as an individual contributor. So it was up to you to how much you want to contribute to carve your own path forward. So you could pick up as many projects as you wanted, or as few projects as you wanted. Like, you would be assigned certain things, but you could yourself try to get yourself into other things. So in that sense, it was a bit entrepreneurish, because you were building your own brand within the company. And then there was also, if you were not an individual contributor, the other route was being a manager. So, I mean, in the lower levels, of course, you're always going to be an individual contributor, you're learning, but at some point you have to diverge. You can continue being an individual contributor or a manager. I always knew that I wanted to stay an individual contributor, because I am a designer. I studied design, and I went to work to design because I love to design and be creative and actually do the work. And I felt like being a manager, even if it's maybe perceived as more respected or like a bigger deal because you're a manager, to me it sounded horrible. And a lot of designers that transitioned hated it.
Yeah.
So that was at least cool that they gave you that freedom. But no, I always stayed as a designer. I never considered managing. But I do recognize that at some point you have, one of the things I've been learning with this entrepreneurial stuff that I've been doing now social media and all this digital stuff that I'm doing, is learning to delegate, which before being a designer, I was controlling about the whole process.
Because you're the one contributing.
I'm the one
So
contributing.
you were so used to being in control of every aspect of the part of the business.
And I was the creative
piece
of it, yeah. So I wanted everything to kind of be, it's like the art direction of whatever project, whatever vision you're crafting. And now, starting on my own, it's like I don't have the time to do everything. Otherwise, I can't scale this. I can't
100%.
grow fast enough. So I'm having to lose control
And
of things.
that's the biggest thing about being an entrepreneur, in my opinion. As an employee, you got one thing to do, one focus, one main objective, and you can obviously add a few things, but you have one thing to do. You have one mission.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as an owner of a company, your whole objective is not to be the one in control. It's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Your whole objective is to actually let go of control and give other people control to let them be the individual contributor, so to say.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Google did, right? Google has thousands of people all over the country, and the way they get shit done is because they have pockets of teams everywhere getting shit done versus having one guy do everything, right? So that's the beautiful thing about being an entrepreneur. The challenge is in learning how to delegate to the right people and also how to let go.
Yeah.
So
how to find the right people.
You gotta find the right people.
Train them. So I've been through a little bit of that too. My video editor, I've had to train him a lot. It's been awesome, actually, an awesome process of learning that, because again, that's kind of going into the managerial side that I always try to avoid. But then I realized
as an entrepreneur, you're literally managing people all the time.
Or even to grow in general. Even if I don't even stay as an entrepreneur, I feel like regardless, even if you're an individual contributor, you could still have reports.
100%. Yeah,
Right?
KPI reports all the time. The thing is this, reports tell you what's going on in the business, but what needs to get done is, I tell this all the time, as a CEO, you got 4 things you need to focus on, right?
Yeah.
There's 4 major things a CEO or an owner has to really focus on to grow the business. 2 of those things are going to be linear, and the other 2 are going to be exponential, meaning 2 of them are going to give you linear growth, very slow growth, great growth, and the other 2 are going to give you exponential growth, right?
Yeah.
So the 2 things that give you linear growth, if you apply these things as a CEO, is business development, which is sales.
Yeah.
Getting out there, getting clients, relationships, building, handshakes, going to events, meeting people, networking. And
Is that what you mostly do?
So I'll tell you what I focus on, right?
Okay.
So in the beginning, you have to do all 4 as a CEO, right?
Okay.
So business development, right? And sales and relationships. The second thing that is linear is the operational, building the operations of the business, meaning the processes, the systems, the SOPs, right? You come from corporate America where everything is systematized for you.
There. Although it's not always...
It's not always perfect.
No, very far from perfect.
Because they have to update it all the time.
Yeah.
But there's a whole process and a system. If something needs to get done, there's a step-by-step process, a protocol, a procedure. All of that is basically needs to be built out for a new business. Because let's say, for example, you hire a videographer and he quits tomorrow. You have to hire another one and take 3 months to train him again versus having it all set up in a process and a system, and all of a sudden you just swap the person. Yeah. So the people could be interchangeable because the system is the one that's designed to run the business, right? So you have great people that run the business, but you have to have great systems to manage the people, so to say, right? Yeah. So if you focus on those two things, you'll have great linear growth. In the beginning of running your business, you have to do that, right? But the two things that give you exponential growth, number one is the leadership development of the business. Right? Meaning, are you developing your people? And if you have no employees now, it's fine. You're going to have a bunch of employees later on, eventually, because you have to delegate to grow, because you can't do everything by yourself. And you have to learn how to get people to become better individuals. When I met Matthew, if Matthew's not a better person, if I ask him right now, and he is not a better person from the day he met me till today, from my influence, I'm not doing the right thing with him. So I want to have you become a better individual by spending time with me and learning some things from me. Has it gotten worse or better? Better. Okay. So if it's not getting better, that means I'm not developing my people. Now, he doesn't work full time, but a full-time employee, 100%, you have to put a lot of energy and time into them, right? He's my boy. I put a lot of time into him. He's my boy. Whatever I can give him, I want to help, right? Yeah. But the mindset, the way I think, the way I process information, the way I, do certain things, like he's probably been inspired to go do his own content, not because of me, but because of other people as well. Yeah. And he does his own interviews. He's done his own interviews, right? So because he sees other people winning and he wants to win too. Yeah. It's just naturally it works, right? So leadership development is huge for a CEO. And the second thing that gives you exponential growth, right, is the strategy, the tactics, and the innovative campaigns, right? Meaning, are you investing into changing the campaign every couple of months? Like in advertising, there's ad fatigue. There's always changes to the marketplace. You got to spice it up.
Everything changes. The whole
everything
industry,
changes.
What people want.
The way people perceive information.
How technology is used. Yeah,
100%. So you have to have creative new strategies and campaigns to reinvigorate the sales team, reinvigorate the operations. How are you going to sell your product and service to the marketplace? You got to always have tactics and strategies and think long term. Those are the two things that give you exponential growth. Because the strategy with the right people will exponentially fucking grow like crazy.
So when you're as you're saying, you're investing energy in training the people in your company. How do you balance that with putting energy on the strategies? Because maybe, of course, the people are going to be the most important to grow your company, but then the strategy is so time-consuming, and it has to. So
you have to have the vision, right? The vision is like for example, right now, what is the goal? What is the vision? What are we trying to accomplish? What is our mission? What are we driven by? What are we really trying to accomplish? Like in our company, our mission is to develop leaders. Like our whole objective is we can sell any fucking product. I've sold all kinds of products in the past decade. It could be solar, it could be water, it could be electric. We sold everything, literally. Okay. And our focus is not on selling products. Our job is to develop them into better leaders, and because they're better leaders, they can sell products, right? So being a better leader, which is why we invest a lot into their education, investing in who they are, what they're about. We put a lot of energy into training. A lot of companies, they don't care about training because they just want sales. Right. I don't want just sales. I want leadership development because by default, that gives you way more sales than just focusing on sales.
I see.
Right? So you focus on training and investing in your people as much as possible, and you create processes and systems so they can follow those processes so you're not required to be there all the time.
And how do you balance hiring somebody that already has the credentials, the experience, versus somebody who...
Great question. So we like to hire people that do not have experience in sales.
Oh.
So
okay, tell me more.
I'll explain to you why. Because a lot of times in the sales world, you find someone that's been I call them borrowed mules, okay, or broken pigeons, okay, because they're just fucked up. I'll give you an example. Have you ever seen a pigeon? You clip their fucking their wing. Okay?
What?
People have done that because they don't fly away.
Oh,
Once you clip their wing, that's it. They cannot fly.
Yes.
To teach them how to fly, it's fucking difficult, right? Versus just finding a baby pigeon and teaching them how to fly, as an example, right?
Yeah.
So taking someone that has no experience is so much easier to train them with my philosophy, with my information, with my strategies of how to close deals.
Yeah.
So we have a process and a system. Give me a blind monkey, in 3 months, they're going to fucking sell like a dog.
Wow.
I'm
That's
kidding.
fast.
3 months.
Because in corporate, we say it takes about a year for them to
Really?
actually take. Depends on the corporation.
I like that. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers say year.
A year before
gonna
you
start
can
saying
like
that.
fully grasp, be fully confident on what you're doing. And I think that was my experience. I don't think
Really?
especially because I transitioned from advertising to tech. I didn't know it was
I'm
so
changing my philosophy right
radically
now.
different.
I'm changing my philosophy. I'm telling every single guy that comes in here, it's going to take you a year to become a master in sales. That's a good day. That's a good way to say it. Right? For us, it takes them a couple of weeks to really start getting the hang of it. Within 3 months, they're fucking
you're still
pounding.
working, but you're still producing, but not
to the levels that you can.
Year,
correct.
Like,
Yeah. That's true. So to answer your question, what was the question again? The last one?
how do you balance getting somebody who's not
so we get new people.
experienced?
Always new people. I don't like I take someone with experience? Very rarely, but they have to have good habits and they have to have a good mindset and they have to fit our culture.
Yeah,
So the culture is very important for me.
Culture, super important.
100%. Like our culture is about having fun. I don't give a fuck what you say. Cursing, yelling, screaming, wild animals.
So I feel like
freeing. It's very freeing.
Coming as you are.
We're very
obviously
free.
Obviously with respect.
Of course, but we're very freeing.
But yeah.
Like I can say whatever I want. Matt, I say crazy shit sometimes, right? And it doesn't even, nobody looks at me and says, oh my God, what did he say? They just know that it's normal. It's part of the culture. We have a good time. Now, I'm not going to go to someone and say, fuck you in their face, but it's a culture of transparency, a culture of having fun, a culture of energy, culture of excitement, culture of being who the fuck you are.
People are excited to come to work.
They're excited. They have to be excited. And if they come in here very like, we fucking get in their ass and, yo, get up, stand up. Like, I don't like chairs. I fucking hate chairs.
Jumping jacks.
I mean, I've done that. I want them to be excited about life. If they're not excited about life, you're not going to, listen, you will not attract the greatness out of life unless you're excited about life.
Yeah, totally.
Like, there's so much beauty in this world. Amazing things in this planet. Amazing. But you have to suck it out of, you gotta attract it. And the only way to attract it is to be at that same energy level.
Exactly.
So if you want to have
Now we're getting into the juicy stuff.
This is the juicy stuff, right? But if you want to be happy in business and in life, you have to be in that level of energy. And you got to attract that. Listen, I don't meet negative people.
Do you attract it or do you align yourself with it or do you become that?
So I made a video last night, right? And I was walking last night, I was thinking about it, and I even told my boy yesterday. I said, you will never get a girl that you want by finding her. Your mindset has to find her first, meaning your mindset has to see her first. When your mindset sees her, then your physical eyes are going to see her.
Yeah.
Because if you're not attracting the person with your mind, what are you saying to yourself when nobody's watching? What do you believe? That like, for example, some people believe that they cannot be rich. That's literally a flaw in their mindset.
A limiting belief.
It's a belief that they think, I cannot do it. Or, I could do it maybe one day. Like people say, oh, yeah, one day I'll be a millionaire. What do you mean one day?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
If you're either it or you're not it. If one day, then you're not it right now.
Yeah.
Which means you're not attracted. So you keep pushing it to the future. And the future gets pushed and pushed and pushed, and you never get it.
Yeah.
So when I was 22, 23 years old, I was making less than 30 grand a year. 19, less than 30. 20, less than 30. 21, 22, 23. 5 years straight, I am pounding like a dog. Still making less than 30 grand a year. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But in my mind, I just knew. I knew that I'm going to be fucking rich. I just fucking knew it. I didn't know how I knew it. I just fucking knew it. Just something inside me said, you're going to do it now. You just got to find the right vehicle to help you get there. And I ended up in door-to-door sales, started knocking on doors. And in my first year of doing door-to-door sales, made 139 grand. To me, it was like, wow. Knocking on doors, making 139 grand, which was a lot of money. Not like corporate America fucking money. But actually, it is because we didn't get taxed like crazy.
For your first year,
yeah,
I think that's pretty good.
No,
money.
it's pretty good. No, it's good. Well, because
I
remember,
was not making that my first year.
You keep most of that money. Because when you're a sales guy, you can deduct certain things. Corporate America, they fuck you in the ass.
With taxes.
Would I get kicked out for saying that? Yes.
Yes.
I'll be
immediately.
Fine. Immediately. Goodbye. So what I learned was that it just takes, and then the next year it grew to 250, then 400, then it started growing like crazy. I remember my first time, I was 27 years old when I made my first $1 million.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I could fucking do it. Right? And I told my mom, I remember I called my mom, you have no idea. I not only made $1 million, I'm like, Mom, I have $1 million in my fucking bank account. I was like, I fucking did it. Yeah. And then in my mind, I was like, you know what? Too small of a goal. I want to be a multi-millionaire. How do I do that? Right? Yeah. So it's just pushing yourself to believe that you can do it. Most people, they do not believe.
Yeah.
And the reason why they don't get what they want is because they don't believe. So as an entrepreneur, your job is to lead the pack, to help them believe. Like my job right now, we have a new product we're selling. My job is to get them to believe. I did a whole Matthew, how was the training this morning? It was a great training. And some of them came in like, well, it was 2 trainings, yeah. Somebody came in, they were kind of like, not so, like, they had a little bit of doubt. I hope by the time that training was done, this motherfucker's doubt went from doubt to fucking confident as shit. Because I gave him tactics on how to build the belief It's your job as a CEO, your job as an owner, your job as a business owner is to get yourself to see it and believe it.
Yeah.
Right? So
But
when
you're
you
the
believe
visionary.
it all depends on you. If you don't see it as a leader, how the fuck you expect your team to believe it?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
No, completely.
You gotta walk in the room and say, this is gonna fucking happen. We're gonna get it done.
That's what a leader is somebody that inspires.
100%.
And it's not that. The other day, I saw something that said Jesus never wanted followers. He wanted to create leaders. He was saying, be like me. Be like me. Not like, oh, look at me. I'm so cool. No, literally be like me.
Be like me, yeah, exactly.
Love,
exactly. Duplicate. And that's what biggest thing about business, duplication. And when you can duplicate yourself effectively and properly, that's when your business starts to grow because it's not just you.
Yeah.
It's you and 20 other people. It's you and 50 other people.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how you duplicate. So most entrepreneurs, when they first start out, they have this problem of like, I want to control everything. Yeah. First thing you want to do is learn it, delegate it. Learn it, delegate it, duplicate. Everything's about duplicate.
And create systems that make
systems and processes so it keeps everyone in check. Yeah. So you're not the one calling them and say, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Fuck to-do lists. Processes. Like I'm doing onboarding for a new product we're selling. There's like 17 steps. And they're complicated. You got to do a background check. You got to send this social. You got to do this, that, because it's a whole process, right? All this shit. 17 different steps. It's all documented, and everyone knows exactly what to do.
Okay.
And if remember, when you're doing 5 people a week, 7 people a week, 10 people a week, you're hiring, or 3 people a week, it gets chaotic. What step is each person in? You gotta stay on top of that. How the fuck are you gonna remember that?
And how do you handle? You have your systems, you have your processes, you're inspiring, but then, of course, we're working with human beings, not robots. Everybody has personal stuff that they go through. What is that? How is that handled in your
That's
company?
why you have to become a better leader so you can lead people. So leadership development is all about developing other people. But the first person you need to develop is who? Yourself. Mm-hmm. When you learn how to deal with your own personal challenges in life, whether it's, family challenges, mental challenges, emotional challenges, that's why you need mentors, therapists, rabbis, priests, Buddhists, whatever the hell you need to get you to become a better you so you can help others get to their potential. So your objective, like I said, the leadership development is you're like a therapist. I'm like a therapist. Yeah. I'm constantly helping my team get to the next levels.
Yeah.
I'm listening to them. I'm helping them. I'm investing in them, right?
Well, you have that. I think it's natural for you to have this energy that lifts others up. Just by being around you, you're
today.
Lifted up.
Not when I was 19.
Oh, well.
19 years old, I was sucking the life out of you because I needed it more than anything. I couldn't give anything. I had nothing. So now, because
you had other leaders that were inspiring you.
Correct. So I took what I can get from my mentors and my leaders at that time. And then one day I started believing, like, maybe I can do that, right? Yeah. And then I became, like, I was, like, kind of, like, wobbly. I'm like, I still need my mentor. Come here, mentor. He let go of me. He's like, go do it on your own. I'm like, fuck. And then I kind of got a little bit afraid. I started doing it by myself.
So walk me through that process of that.
So, like, when I first started?
That doubt of like, that transformation of
being.
So
Michael Barayev was a scared little boy at 19. I was so afraid of making the wrong decision because I was filled with fear. I was filled with doubt. I was filled with worry. I was filled with disbelief. I was filled with lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem. My self-esteem was lower than an amoeba. Literally. I had zero belief in myself. I didn't feel like I deserved to win. Like, I didn't feel like why, like, I didn't understand because I grew up a very crazy life. My life from 0 to 19 was very, very crazy. I went through emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse. My father was very abusive to my mom and to me. It was a crazy domestic violence situation for many, many years, right? I got kicked out of 8 out of 9 schools. So, like, my life wasn't perfect. I went to foster care system because of that. I got into a lot of fights. I was bullied. I was bullying. It was a whole bunch of drama. My life from 0 to 19 was chaos. Wow. So for me at 19 years old to start believing I'm going to be this fucking leader, no way.
Yeah.
A mentor met me in a gym. I started, I was desperately looking for something out there. And remember, what your mind sees, your body will see after. So what I saw in my head, I was like, I have to get out. I was like, there's got to be a better way. Yeah. Every day I was walking around like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. Because I can't do this. I was sleeping in my car at 19 years old. I was like, there's got to be a better way. Bumped into this guy in the gym. He said he had 7 children. I was like, wow, you have 7 children? How the fuck you feeding them? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, can I be number 8? Right? And then we started becoming friends. He invited me to his business opportunity, and the rest was history. I was around an environment where people were learning how to become better thems. And I was like, I need this shit. I was sucked. I remember my first event. I was looking at the fucking speaker, and I remember my shirt was the size of like fucking huge ass shirt. You could put a golf ball, there was a softball through it. I wore black shirt, black pants, white socks, bullshit ass fucking Pumas. Okay, because I had no fucking shoes. I never had that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
My first event, I'm sitting there. I'm like this. And the guy's talking. And I was like stuck to the chair. I was like, what the fuck? This is so amazing. The guy started talking about dreams. And I started asking my mentor, like, what does the word dream mean? I had no idea. I had no fucking dreams. I knew what nightmares were. Dreams? He's like, dreams are things that you want. I'm like, I don't want anything. I just want to like run away from what I have. He said, then you have a nightmare. I was like, oh, okay. So I learned how to run away from nightmares. I had no fucking dreams. So that's how my life started. So how did I become who I am today? Lots of investing in myself, lots of books, audio programs, a bunch of stuff that changed me. And as I was therapy through my mentors.
Oh.
Because I didn't start doing therapy till last year.
Oh, okay.
Because I did therapy when I was a kid.
Oh.
And I thought it was all bullshit because it didn't really help.
Right.
So I started going to therapy. If you want to consider my mentors, we're all therapists to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So they were all therapists. My rabbis, all that stuff. Like I needed a mentorship. I call it mentorship.
Yeah.
Therapy makes you feel good sometimes. Sometimes, right? Mentorship tells you exactly what you need to work on.
Right.
Fix this, work on this. You need to change this. Your mindset sucks. Change this, do that. Like someone telling you what the fuck you need to do. And I had a lot of those great mentors in my life that changed me, changed. It was amazing. So 19 to 24, all I'm doing is cleaning the yuck out of my mind, which is why I'm not making a lot of money because my mindset doesn't believe yet. And then I started to believe. I said, wait a minute, I can do this. And I started seeing the changes in me. And then I started seeing changes in me. I'm like, wait, if I can change, I can help other people change. This is amazing.
Yeah.
All you got to do is read books, go to events, become a better you, study, don't fucking drink, don't fucking
Practice
smoke.
what you preach.
Yeah, and just fucking do what I just did. And I started going crazy. And I started learning how to do sales. And I started making money. I'm like, holy shit, if I can make 100 grand, you can also make 100. Come on, let's go. So I started going crazy. I started becoming an evangelist, running around all over town telling people, let's go. And my energy attracted a lot of people. We built a squad of 30 sales guys. And out of those 30 sales guys, we built a team of 150 people in like 2.5 years. So it became this momentous thing of like, let's fucking accomplish the vision and mission. And then 2020 happened. The whole world paused.
Yeah.
Right? But that's how I did. I don't want to say it's all me. The people that have invested into me changed my fucking life. And I just wanted to give back.
You invested in yourself. You surrounded yourself with the right people. You attracted the right people.
And I think everything worked out the way it needed to work out. It's crazy. Yeah. Everything works out the way it needs. You meet who you need to meet. We met because we needed to meet. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And you just got to find out, what is that reason? Is it a reason? Someone comes into your life for a season sometimes?
I think you meet
sometimes a lifetime?
I think you meet the people you resonate with. I don't know. Everybody says you attract because based off of the law of attraction. I think it's more about you resonate.
Subconsciously you attract, but you resonate physically. Subconsciously you're attracting it, and then your mind physically just resonates with that individual because, like, wait a minute.
I guess, yeah.
It's
the resonance, like at an energetic frequency, you're resonating at the same frequency. That's why you're.
Yeah, that's why you're attracting it.
Yeah.
You first have to attract it. You have to first, but like for example, right now, if we're on, let's say, 1,000 megahertz, whatever the bullshit it is,
yeah,
we're not gonna meet nobody 10,000. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like what the people always say, the rich always get richer. Yeah, because the rich keep hanging out with other rich people.
Yeah.
And they share ideas.
It's a collective consciousness.
It's crazy because when my boys are making moves and money, and they call me up. When I was broke, nobody called me. So it's like when you hanging out successful people, you'll be in that sphere.
Yeah.
So when they say network is net worth, fuck that. It's who you surround yourself with gives off a certain energy. That energy brings.
Network is net worth?
Your network will be your net worth.
You're saying no? Wait, explain that more because I've heard that
people,
phrase so many times.
All these fucking sayings, network. Listen, you can hang out with millionaires all fucking day. It does not guarantee you become a millionaire.
Yes, I agree.
I know a lot of people hanging out with millionaires.
I mean, there's this thing that yes, you're gonna rob off some of the consciousness because of osmosis.
Maybe. You have to first understand.
You still have to put action into the things.
I'll be honest with you. You can hang out. Why would a rich person want you to hang out with them?
I don't know.
I don't want to hang out with someone broker than me. If someone's broke right now, making 100 grand a year, I got nothing against them. But I don't want to go spend every single minute with them because they're not gonna. There's no reciprocation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's just about money. Please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying I don't hang out with people that make less money. I'm not saying that.
No,
what I am saying is that will I call a guy that's making, let's say as an example, that's making the same amount of money as me, or would I call a guy every single day that's making less money than me and talk about money?
Right.
There's nothing to talk about. When it comes to money, I want to talk to people that have money.
It's a lot of things. Like the lifestyle is going to be different, so you're not going to have a lot of things to share.
I'll give you an example. I have very few friends that can travel. I can travel anytime. Let's go right now. Where do you want to go?
Yeah.
Pick a fucking place. We're going. Matthew, where are we going?
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora? I've never been there. Let's go, right? But I have friends that are in their beginning stages of their business where they're busting and pounding it.
Yeah.
Right? So I became free when it came to my businesses and my time. They are still in the working process. So it's hard for me to travel with them. Right? So it's hard to do things with people that are not on the same page as you.
Totally.
So I'm looking for new friends that have money and also can travel.
Yeah.
As an example, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because they have free time, I have free time. They have money, I have money. We can do what we need to do.
And that applies to any kind of relationship.
Any relationship.
Romantic
And I'm not
relationships,
saying,
right?
and I'm not saying that you shouldn't hang out with people. I hang out with people that make less money than me. I hang out with people that make money. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck about money. I'm saying when it comes to money, who am I going to talk to about money? Right? I'm not going to talk to Matt if he's in a relationship about girls. But me and Matt talk about girls, right? He's single, I'm single, we talk about girls.
Right, right,
But I'm not, I have a married, one of my friends is married. I don't talk to him about girls ever.
right.
Why? He's married. You understand what I'm saying?
The resonance is not there.
Correct. So, but you have to first, you will meet who you think about all the time. Whatever you're thinking about in your mind, it will attract it. It's because your conscious mind, your subconscious mind focuses on everything in the world. And it works. I am who I am today because of my subconscious thoughts and my conscious decisions that I made.
The conscious decisions, this is, I think, what we need to clarify, because I don't think a lot of people understand that. Because you made so many intentional choices, you made so many conscious decisions, you did it so much that it ended up feeding into your subconscious mind.
Yes. Conscious decisions like what? Reading books, audiobooks,
and wanting to
podcasts,
develop yourself.
the
And
desire.
becoming a new person altogether.
The desire was to run away from my nightmares. So that desire was so intense that I was like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes. Reading. I used to go, I'm not telling you, my car is my university on wheels. I put podcasts, audiobooks, I was reading books. I read 50 books a year. Like, that's what I do. So those things are dumping information. My subconscious mind just swimming in fucking amazing shit right now. It's on the beach, chilling, having all this information swirl, and all of a sudden, whoop,
Yeah.
consciously, I can meet somebody. Whoop, consciously, I meet a partnership. Whoop, I get a new business partner. Whoop, more money. I'm like, damn, bro, like keep it going.
That happens. Yeah.
It happens all day, and I meet everything. Bro, you know that every day I meet something that it gets me closer to my dreams and goals. Every day. So my life gets better and better, and literally people say, "How's your day?" Great. Mom's like, "You never have a bad day." I'm like, no, my days get better every day. My days get better every single day. You can say, Michael,
And
what
this
if someone
this
dies?
is like a mantra that you tell yourself.
Ask him. There's times where I get a little, for like 20 minutes, I get
But
a
affirmations
little upset.
with the emotion.
It's the truth, though. It's like my life. My life is my living affirmation.
Yeah.
I've built my life to my affirmations. This doesn't mean that I don't have moments where I think about the future. I want something. None of that. But I'm not dissatisfied. I'm extremely grateful, and I'm extremely happy.
This is a living, breathing representation of what manifestation is all
It's
about.
listen, I know people think it's crazy. Like, I may not even be relatable. It took me a very long time to get here. 10 plus years. I pinch myself every day. The life that I live is insane.
Yeah.
Why me? God chose me. I don't know why.
Well, you chose yourself.
I did, but I'm just saying, he could take it any way he wants.
I think anybody
But he
can
gave it
choose
to me.
themselves or not choose themselves.
God chose me. That's all I gotta say. And I'm very grateful to that. I don't think it's because of me. I'm not that high of a fucking energy power to. God gave me blessings, and I'm so grateful for that. And I realize that every single day it gets better and better and better and better and better. That's my mantra. Someone calls me, "How's everything?" It's amazing. It gets better every day.
What if it's not?
It does. I'll give you an example. My grandparents died.
Let's be real.
My two grandparents died. I want to tell you something. My grandfather died on Monday. My other grandfather died on Wednesday. Same fucking week. Obviously, I had to cry. Obviously, I had to mourn. But I didn't let that mourning and that sad situation affect me for months. I still worked those days. I still did what I needed to do. I vented to one of my boys who's a very successful businessman. I vented him a little bit, and I was a little bit upset. And I said, what would my grandparents want me to do right now? They would want me to go out there and fucking represent the last name properly and go impact more people. And not, there's a time to dwell on the pain. You have to. I buried one of them. One of them I couldn't go because it was Corona time. We couldn't go to Israel. And the other one, I literally was the one that opened up, because in Jewish religion, you're not supposed to look at the dead body unless you're identifying the person. We looked at the face. I was petrified looking at the face. Closed it back up. I'm sitting there with my brothers. We're fucking, dumping the dirt onto the coffin. My father's crying. I'm just looking at the scene, and I'm there. I'm a man. I'm not crying. I'm just holding my tears. After that, we went to go have family dinner. Came back to Miami. Went back to work. Did I disrespect him? No. Did I think about him all the time? But in my mind, I did not let that situation make me go into a spiral downhill where my whole life is fucking done. I want to kill myself. None of that. It was very painful, but I had emotional intelligence to hold myself.
Yeah.
And I started looking at the positives. What's the positives? Well, he doesn't have to suffer anymore because he was going through a lot of pain through cancer. Well, you know, I can now finally talk to him, and he can hear me 100%.
Yeah.
Right? Because when he's alive, he can hear me. When he's passed away, he can hear me. So a lot of the positive things. I just started looking at the positives of it. This does not mean that I didn't mourn. Once again, I'm not an idiot. I'm not a sick person. I mourned, but I did it in the right time. You're supposed to mourn. You're supposed to be upset. You're supposed to be sad. But did it affect my life to the point where I'm detrimented? No. It's going to happen. My mom is going to pass away one day. My dad's going to pass away one day. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Will I be upset? Absolutely. It's going to hurt. Will I stop my life from that? No. Because some people that lose their cat, 10 years they're crying about it.
10 years.
There's people that fucking lose their mom. They're still thinking about it.
I almost lost my cat, and it was.
Listen, it's painful. It's painful. Listen,
yeah.
I went through. What was the longest relationship you've been with? Then we'll finish up. What was the longest relationship you've been with?
2 years.
2 years. Okay, I've been with someone for 6. Was it painful when you guys broke up?
Yeah.
How many weeks? How many months did you feel pain?
Well, that one.
So whatever.
It wasn't that much because I don't think I was ever fully in love.
Okay, which one were you in love with?
The most painful one was someone I dated a few years ago.
How long did it last? How long did the pain last?
A lot, but I had a different consciousness at that time.
Okay.
And it's funny because I dated him.
True.
It was my biggest heartbreak in my life. This was like in 2019. And then we dated again recently, last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
So you made the mistake twice. Just kidding.
Yes. Yes. Totally.
But check this out. The reason why I'm asking is because I came out of a relationship last year, 6.5-year relationship. It took me 1 month to get over it.
Yeah.
1 month? Not 6 years. 1 month. You was there.
Well, because you
my
have,
boy.
Because you have this new consciousness. So with this
Doesn't mean I didn't talk about it. I was still venting about it. It doesn't matter. But I did not sit there and fucking let it mope and grope.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. You have to have a positive outlook on life. So that's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I appreciate your input. We had a great time today talking. If you love this kind of content, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.